Next to me today is the current generation Lexus GX 460 with its naturally aspirated 4.6 liter V8 engine. This is going to be the last year, the 2023 year, that you can get a naturally aspirated V8 engine on this car. After the year 2023, in other words 2024, Lexus and Toyota are switching over to turbocharged engines. So basically you're going to get a turbo V6 or a turbo 4-cylinder on your next generation GX and next generation Toyota 4Runner. What's more interesting is Toyota just released a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine on their GR Corolla, and that's a very exciting engine. And today we're going to talk about how that GR Corolla 3-cylinder engine relates to the next generation of turbocharged engines for your GX and 4Runner. So by now, everybody knows that in 2024, your Toyota 4Runner and your Lexus GX are going to get a turbocharged engine. It's either going to get some version of the turbo V6 that's now in the LX600, or it's going to get the turbocharged 4-cylinder that's in the Lexus NX. Either way, it's getting a turbo naturally aspirated V8s are out. This is well known by now. So what we're going to talk about and explore today is something interesting, which is Toyota released their 3-cylinder turbocharged engine on the GR Corolla. And this is pretty much an insane engine as far as horsepower is concerned. And it's very interesting that Toyota chose to create such an engine at first glance because it seems pretty radical. The power speaks for itself. It makes something like 100 horsepower per cylinder. You know, it's lightweight, it's powerful. But what's interesting is it's seen as a radical engine, and Toyota is, generally speaking, not a radical company. They're a conservative company. They don't take any risks. They don't do anything radical. If they do something that is perceived as radical, it's a safe bet to say that Toyota made it extremely reliable. And that's what's so interesting about the GR Corolla engine, is that it, at face value, seems like an insane engine, but it's safe to assume that Toyota made such an insane engine extremely reliable. Now this, of course, is all theory and conjecture and food for thought, but bear with me for a second. How this relates to your next generation Toyota 4Runner and Lexus GX is, when you think about it, the GR Corolla is simply half of the twin turbo V6. 3 and 3 on your twin turbo V6, and GR Corolla is just basically, they just chop that engine and put it in half. But what's interesting is they maxed out more horsepower per cylinder on the GR Corolla. In other words, they made that engine even more, quote unquote, stressed. And even then, it's done so at a conservative basis. People overseas have had this engine in the GR Yaris, basically the same engine turbocharged, for 3 years now. And thus far, they haven't reported any reliability issues. The only things online, or the only reported stories of destroying this 3-cylinder turbocharged engine made by Toyota, is when somebody over-revved it. In other words, they shifted from 5th to 2nd. Because it's a manual transmission, there's no avoiding that, and it basically broke the valve train. Other than that, quote, misshift over-revving, reliability so far in 3 years has been good to go. Now, the concern with the next generation GX and Toyota turbo engines is they're not going to be reliable. But it's interesting to see that, and this is my point, that the GR Corolla engine and the Yaris engine are being nothing short of abused overseas and here in America now that they've just come out. And on top of that, Toyota invites drivers to abuse these engines. In other words, they literally market the car as a race car, as a track car, as a tear me up and abuse me car. This is Toyota. And for them to invite something that insane to one of their stock engines, to me, says that there's a tremendous amount of durability and engineering built in. Again, nobody can prove this. However, in the 3 years that we've seen this GR Corolla Turbo, which again is half of the new V6 coming in the next generation GX and possibly 4Runner. Of that abuse we've seen so far in 3 years, which is a decent time, we haven't seen any failures. Keep in mind that the twin turbocharged V6 in your next generation GX and or 4Runner has been out since 2017. It debuted on Lexus's flagship, the Lexus LS, in 2017, 5 years ago. So the engine is so proudly engineered, and Lexus believes in it so much that they put it on their flagship, which Lexus still considers the LS their pride and joy. So this twin turbo V6, half of which is now in the GR Corolla, being tuned up to 300 horsepower or more now, is absolutely nothing short of insanity when you consider what it is. That in and of itself is, of course, all this is theoretical, but the fact that it's making so much power confidently and Toyota's inviting people to abuse it and no issues have been reported. Well, now you're going to get 2 of those on your twin turbo V6. They're going to be down tuned. They're not going to make 100 horsepower per cylinder. They're only going to make, I don't know what it is, something not that. It's going to be detuned. So you're going to have those 2 GR Corollas engines in a V configuration detuned for even more durability and more reliability. So again, theory, conjecture, but Toyota generally has never ever made a radical engine. This is something everybody expected Hyundai to do, make some souped up crazy 3-cylinder engine. But this is Toyota, and they don't have a history of making anything crazy because reliability is at their stamp. Reliability is their thing. So for them to do this is nothing short of indicative, in my opinion, that they've got some serious engineering and durability confidence to stuff 300 horsepower in a 3-cylinder engine and say, go ahead, race it all you want, thrash on it. And again, so far we haven't seen any problems. Your next gen GX, possibly 4Runner, is going to get 2 of those engines again, detuned. I think it's going to last, but you tell me what you think based on this food for thought. There's no right, there's no wrong. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Please comment. Please let me know what you think also of the GR Corolla engine. How long do you think that's going to last? Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great, great day.